Bengals will be taking on the Arlington Spy Ponders. Hello, everybody. I'm Pat Flaherty tonight, joined by my partner, John Skudris. John, it's the state tournament. We're getting sort of moving our way along here. We're in the third round, the semifinals of the section. We have the number 1 seeded Arlington Spy Ponders taking on the number 5 seeded Brighton Bengals, who a lot of people think are definitely not a 5 seed. They're probably closer to 1 or 2. But first, we'll start off with the Arlington Spy Ponders. Everything starts with their league MVP point guard, Colin McNamara, great player for the Spy Ponders.
And you're right, Pat. Colin McNamara is one of the best players in the state, and there's a reason for it. Not only great when it comes to penetrating the lane, but also a phenomenal shooter. He led the team with 19 points per game this year, and the senior guard is a winner. Over his 4-year career as a starter, he went 78-17. He's looking for win number 79, and who knows, maybe 80 if they do advance. Like I said, led the team in point scoring, but also 8 for 8 down the stretch, Pat, against New Mission, helping to lead them to a big victory against the team that won this tournament last year, the New Mission Titans. So it's going to be interesting to see how McNamara helps lead an Arlington team that's tasted success before, but is looking for that grand title in 2017.
That's right. Just 2 years ago, they were in the sectional finals against Danvers. They definitely want to get back there here 2 years later in 2017. Meanwhile, on the other side of the basketball, you got the Brighton Bengals. They won the state championship back in 2013, so they know what it takes to get there. But for the Brighton Bengals, it all starts with their player, Tyrone Perry. He's our spotlight here tonight. Very good all-around player for the Brighton Bengals.
Oh, and for great reason. Tyrone Perry is a guy that proved that he can adjust. A guard coming into this year, he made the adjustment to power forward at just 6'3" tall, but he's a player to keep an eye on. 17 points in their victory against Winchester, an exceptional scorer, a superb rebounder, and an elite defender. He's a player who has very good size and athleticism, one of the best scorers in the city of Boston, and he reached over 1,000 points for his career with a 30-point performance against West Roxbury. After moving to power forward, he greatly improved his rebounding. That's going to be key today against an Arlington team that, if they do get those offensive rebounds, has the shooters outside to deliver on those second chance opportunities. 17 points, 7 boards for Tyrone in their win against Winchester in the second round. We'll see if he's got an encore tonight here on the BNN.
That's right, the Brighton Bengals and Arlington cannot get a shot off here at the end of the second quarter. And we are Brighton Bengals with a 2-point lead over the Arlington Spy Ponders, 30-28. What a good first half we've had here at Wakefield. I mean, both these teams coming in, we knew this was going to be a good game, tough game for both squads. We know they can both score, but I think they've also shown that they're very good defensive teams as well.
Oh, absolutely, especially down low for Brighton. They've done a phenomenal job, not only defensively, limiting McNamara's ability to drive and get easy lay-ins. He had a couple of those, but he has not done it with any sort of regularity. But even more impressive is their rebounding ability and their advantage down low on the boards. That's the key to the game at almost any level in this sport, is an ability to get second and third chances. Nobody's going to shoot more than 55, 56% at best. When you can get the second and third chances, you set yourself up for better opportunities on those other chances. And you know what? They've done it here. Brighton right now dominating the rebounding advantage. But somehow, some way, McNamara and company have kept it close.
Hey, you talk about McNamara. Coming in, we knew he was the Middlesex League MVP. We're seeing it here tonight. He had a great first half.
Oh, he did. And he started out a little bit slow. I'm not sure. Maybe he was just being guarded a lot tighter than he's used to. This is a very quick defensive team in Brighton. But McNamara, you saw it there late in the first half, delivering on back-to-back three-pointers, then driving the lane, getting a steal as well on his own side. He is a 4 or 5 tool talent, a player who will be heading to WPI next year, and something tells me that their fan base is going to be very happy to have him.
Yeah, he's certainly fun to watch, and has done a good job here in the first half. But the Brighton Bengals have a 2-point lead, and their head coach, Hugh Coleman, is down on the guys start to struggle a little bit. Coach Coleman brings in a couple more guys, and they contribute right away, whether it's on the rebounding side of things, on the scoring side of things. Just a lot of guys getting a lot of good minutes for this Brighton team, and that's how I think they wore out Arlington here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just in one facet. Sometimes when teams are deep, they're either deep in the front court or deep in the back court. This team is deep all over.
Everywhere.
I mean, they have guys like Gerard Clark, who's one of the biggest guys in the area, coming off the bench. It's very imposing. You have guards who are coming off the bench and supplementing Galloway and doing a great job of it. We saw Johnny Diaz out there. What a defensive performer he is. He continued to harass and hassle McNamara all day long. And while Colin got his, they didn't allow anybody else on Arlington to get theirs. And that's how you beat a team like Arlington that has one primary scorer you allow him to do whatever he wants to do with the basketball, but once he gets stopped, there's nowhere else they can go. Now, granted, Black had a good day, but it just wasn't enough after 1A and 1B for Arlington to come through with a victory.
That's right. The Brighton Bengals are moving on here in the state tournament as they defeat Arlington 71-64. We're going to head a break. When we come back, we'll have the Game of the Week MVP, the game-winning coach, and our final stats here from Wakefield High right after this.